I support terrorist groups like Taliban, Al-Qaeda, and not Boko Haram, Minister Pantami said. Pantami's call to jihad and unalloyed support for murderous groups portray him as a dyed-in-the-wool Islamic fundamentalist. Yet, President Muhammadu Buhari appointed Pantami as communications minister to control the country's massive data and telephone infrastructure and other sensitive details of national intelligence. Though Nigeria's Minister of Communications and Digital Economy Issa Pantami denounces any allegiance to Boko Haram, he expressed support for the global extremist group, the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. This jihad is an obligation for every single believer, especially in Nigeria, Pantami said in one of his vicious preachings in the 2000s. "Oh God, give victory to the Taliban and Al-Qaeda, Al-Umma Ansur Tabila was Tazam Al-Qaeda." Issa Pantami called to jihad and unalloyed support for murderous group portray him as a dyed-in-the-wool Islamic fundamentalist. Yet, President Muhammadu Buhari appointed Pantami as communication minister to control the country's massive data and telephone infrastructure and other sensitive details of national intelligence. When contacted on Wednesday by People's Gazette regarding his support for the terrorist group, the minister did not comment. On Monday, Pantami threatened to sue some media platforms for reporting that he is on the U.S. terror watch list for supporting Boko Haram. The minister had claimed on Twitter that his lectures against the doctrines and all other evil people, terrorists, have been available for over 15 years, including debates that endangered my life against many criminals in Nigeria. But he failed to acknowledge that he is an avowed supporter of the Taliban and Al-Qaeda, as revealed in 2019 academic document debating Boko Haram seen by the Gazette. Pantami invited Muslims, especially Ahlus Sunnah Salafis, to be skeptical of politicians and religious leaders calling for peace and understanding but retaliate with jihad. This jihad is an obligation for every single believer, especially in Nigeria, at that jihad fad ala kul Muslim wa kusans. He added, Pantami's comments were translated by Professor Andrew Brigaglia, an African expert at Naples University in Italy. Nigerian scholar Musa Ibrahim of the University of Florida in the United States contributed to the paper that explored the onset of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Top journal publisher Academia.edu published the research in March 2019, several months before Buhari tapped Pantami as a minister. Pantami's violent preachings, which he rendered in Hausa and Arabic throughout the late 1990s and early to mid-2000s, had gone largely unreported in the Nigerian mainstream media. The document detailed how Pantami offered himself as a volunteer to mobilize the Hisbah police of the north, requesting to be appointed as the commander of a militia ready to travel to Yerwa Shendam to fight in defense of the Muslims. The speech, which is about 20 minutes long, concluded with the prayer, "Oh God, give victory to the Taliban and to Al-Qaeda al-Munna." During his speech, Pantami is in tears and his voice is often broken by sighs. The genuineness of his emotional response to what was, without doubt, a dramatic episode in the history of violent conflict in Plateau State is obvious, said the report. In a second speech delivered in 2016, Pantami offered his public condolence for the death of the leader of Al-Qaeda in Iraq, al-Zarqawi. May God have mercy on Ahmad al-Fadil al-Kalaile. May God forgive his mistakes. He is a human being. He has certainly some mistakes in front of God. So may God forgive his mistakes. Who am I talking about? He is Abu Musab Zarqawi. He was born in 1966 of the Christian era. That is 40 years ago. After some time, he was given responsibility for a camp in Herat. It was the commander of the faithful Mullah Omar, may God preserve him, who personally gave him the authority to run this camp. The document noted Pantami as further saying, to this date, in the community of the Prophet, we have some awesome people of awesome faith, who follow the creed of the Sunnah, and thanks to whom the enemies of God are unable to find rest in this world. They have killed the Sheikh, the Mataya Abdallah Yusuf Azam. May God have mercy on him. But did the struggle end? They went on to strike Chenya, and they killed many of them. Did it end? No. Whenever one goes, another one comes, and he is even more awesome than the first, Pantami added. In 2012, former President Goodluck Jonathan made a veiled reference to the fact that terrorists and their sympathizers had infiltrated his government. Boko Haram and other terrorist groups in the country have continued to terrorize Nigerians by the wanton destruction of lives and property. Wow. Truly, Pantami is, even if he's denying to be one of the Boko Haram, but his agenda speak a volume of that he is one of the Boko Haram terrorists. What is Taliban? What is Al Qaeda? As a jihadist, Boko Haram also, they claim also to be jihadists. So why would he say he is not a Boko Haram? Because Boko Haram is a terrorist group, but he also is a terrorist. Let's call a spade a spade. I'm not surprised all Muslims are terrorists, according to somebody on social media. I'm beginning to read their comments. What difference does it make? Al Qaeda, Taliban, all are terrorist group. That's the only thing not exposed to the outside world. Nothing more, nothing less. Fanatics. This country is funny and joke. How can criminals be looking for criminals? You are either a Boko Haram terrorist or Boko Haram jihadist or Al Qaeda jihadist. What is the meaning of jihadist? You take forceful what does not belong to you, or you force people to accept your belief which you believe. Why should you force people? And anything that emanates or engage attacking somebody or forcing people under duress, that is crime, is a sin. Somebody says the Islamic world and Muslim hate Americans but love to travel to New York, Las Vegas, California, Washington, Texas. They also love to attend schools in the US like Harvard, MIT, etc., but still calls them infidel. My question to Muslims is what sin has the Americans committed? That's true. You wear American clothes, you use American microphone, you drive the American vehicle or the Western world vehicle, and you're still telling them they are Haram. Why? Yes, our minister, that's the truth, nothing but the truth. When the international terrorists claimed that they are the ones supplying arms and equipment to Boko Haram in Nigeria, and as minister declaring you are in support of Al Qaeda and Taliban, definitely you are Boko Haram leader, and you have been using our money for Boko Haram to lead terror or innocent Nigerians. This is a confession that needs urgent action, but we are waiting for our trailer president for his action. I would like you to share your comments, and don't forget to subscribe and share this news so that others can be aware. Thanks for listening, and God bless.